In the vibrant galaxy of Zolara, two very different worlds were about to collide. On one side was Glimmeria, a beautiful planet filled with sparkling rivers and lush forests. It was home to the Glimmerians, a gentle species known for their shimmering, iridescent skin and kind hearts. On the other side was Tharoc, a harsh and rocky world inhabited by the Tharokians, strong and determined beings with tough, leathery skin and a fierce pride in their warrior culture. One day, while exploring the skies above Glimmeria, a young Glimmerian named Luna picked up a strange signal on her crystal communicator. It flickered with colors she had never seen before. Curious and adventurous, Luna decided to follow the signal. "Let's check it out, Spark," she exclaimed, turning to her trusty companion, a small, fluffy creature with sparkling fur and big, round eyes. Spark chirped excitedly, bouncing on his tiny feet. Together, they zoomed off in Luna's shimmering crystal ship, flying toward the source of the signal. After a thrilling journey, they landed on the rocky terrain of Tharoc. The air was thick and dry, and Luna could feel the tension in the atmosphere. As she stepped out of her ship, she noticed towering cliffs and strange, glowing plants. Suddenly, a loud rumble echoed across the ground. Luna turned to see a group of Tharokians marching toward her, led by a tall warrior named Korrak. With his deep, gravelly voice, he shouted, "Who dares enter Tharoc?" Luna, her heart racing, raised her hands in peace. "I'm Luna from Glimmeria. I followed a signal, and I mean no harm." Korrak narrowed his eyes, but was intrigued. "A Glimmerian? We've heard stories about your kind. You sparkle in the sunlight, like the stars." Before Luna could reply, another Tharokian named Vera, a clever strategist with a keen sense of humor, stepped forward. "Wait, let's hear her out. Maybe she's here for something important." As they talked, Luna explained how the signal was a call for help. She revealed that the signal had originated from a Tharokian satellite that had crashed near Glimmeria. Korrak scratched his chin, deep in thought. "If the signal is from our technology, we must retrieve it. But it's too dangerous for us to go alone. What do you propose, Glimmerian?" Luna's eyes sparkled with determination. "Let's work together. If we unite our strengths, we can retrieve the satellite and learn from each other." With a newfound alliance, Luna, Korrak, and Vera set off on a journey to the crash site. Along the way, they encountered various challenges. First, they had to cross the Wailing Cliffs, where fierce winds howled like ghosts. "Stay close," Korrak commanded as they braved the gusts. Luna used her sparkling energy to create a shield that protected them from the winds. Next, they entered the glimmering forest, where colorful, glowing creatures danced among the trees. "They're beautiful," Luna exclaimed. Vera, who had a knack for communicating with animals, charmed the creatures, asking for their guidance to find the satellite. Finally, they reached a massive canyon. At the bottom lay the wreckage of the satellite, glowing faintly in the dark. "We need to be careful," Korrak warned. "This canyon is home to the rock crushers, giant beasts that guard their territory." Luna took a deep breath. "I can create a distraction. While the rock crushers are focused on me, you two can sneak in and grab the satellite." Korrak nodded, impressed by her bravery. "All right, Luna, let's do this." With a plan in place, Luna stepped boldly into the canyon. She used her sparkling energy to create dazzling lights, drawing the attention of the rock crushers. The massive creatures emerged, their eyes narrowing as they focused on Luna. "Hey, over here!" she shouted, waving her arms. The rock crushers lumbered toward her, roaring in confusion. Meanwhile, Vera and Korrak quietly descended into the canyon, slipping past the distracted beasts. They spotted the satellite, but it was surrounded by jagged rocks and debris. "Quick, we have to move before they notice," Vera urged, using her sharp eyes to spot a clear path. Just as Korrak and Vera reached the satellite, the ground began to shake. The rock crushers had spotted Luna's sparkling distraction and were now charging toward her. "Korrak, we need to help her," Vera shouted. Korrak nodded. "I'll get the satellite. You go to her." With incredible strength, Korrak began lifting pieces of the satellite, while Vera raced back to Luna's side. "You need to retreat. The rock crushers are coming. I won't leave without Korrak," Luna insisted. Just then, Korrak, struggling to carry the satellite, called out, "I'm almost there. Just a little longer." In a bold move, Luna summoned all her energy, creating a shimmering barrier around the rock crushers, momentarily stunning them. "This is our chance," Vera shouted, urging Korrak to hurry. Finally, with a last mighty effort, Korrak hoisted the satellite onto his back. The three friends sprinted back toward the canyon entrance as the rock crushers roared in frustration. As they emerged from the canyon, the rock crushers suddenly stopped, confused by the sight of the shimmering barrier. They turned back, grumbling in defeat. Back at the safety of Luna's ship, the three friends caught their breath. "We did it!" Luna cheered, her eyes sparkling with joy. "We saved the satellite." Korrak smiled, a rare expression for a Tharokian. "We could not have done this without your courage, Luna. You have earned our respect," Vera added, "and our friendship. This is just the beginning, isn't it?" Luna nodded, feeling a warmth in her heart. "We can learn so much from each other. Imagine what we could achieve together." As they prepared to head back to Glimmeria, a sense of excitement filled the air. Together, they were ready to bridge the gap between their worlds and create a future where Glimmerians and Tharokians could live in harmony. And thus, their adventure was only just beginning. With the satellites safely on board, Luna, Korrak, and Vera started to discuss how they could combine their knowledge. Luna excitedly spoke about the healing plants of Glimmeria that could help the Tharokians in their harsh environment. Korrak shared stories of Tharokian strength and courage, explaining how their warrior skills could protect Glimmeria from any threats. Vera, always the peacemaker, suggested they create a friendship festival, inviting both Glimmerians and Tharokians to celebrate their unique cultures. The plan excited everyone. They imagined a day filled with games, food, and laughter, where each side could learn about the other's traditions. "I can teach them how to dance among the stars," Luna said, twirling with delight. "And I'll show them how to compete in Tharokian games," Korrak added, his eyes gleaming with enthusiasm. Vera, always the thinker, scribbled down ideas for activities that would showcase the best of both worlds. As they traveled back to Glimmeria, a storm began to brew on Tharoc, dark clouds swirling ominously. Luna's heart raced as she felt the first drops of rain. "We need to hurry," she urged. Korrak's expression hardened. "We can't let the storm stop our plans. We must work together to ensure everyone is safe." Luna agreed and began to devise a plan to help the Tharokians prepare for the storm. Together, they set up emergency shelters and collected supplies for both the Glimmerians and Tharokians. When they finally reached Glimmeria, they found the Glimmerians in a frenzy, gathering supplies for the impending storm. Luna quickly explained the situation, and her people rallied together, impressed by the courage and teamwork of their new friends. "Let's show the Tharokians what Glimmerians are made of," Luna shouted, her voice filled with determination. The Glimmerians, with their shimmering energy and gentle hearts, sprang into action. As the storm raged outside, the two groups worked side by side, building shelters and sharing stories to keep everyone's spirits high. Korrak and Luna found themselves deep in conversation, learning about each other's worlds. "You know," Korrak said, "I never imagined Glimmerians could be so brave. You've shown me a side of your people I didn't expect." Luna smiled. "And you've shown me how strength can also mean protecting those we care about." As the storm began to subside, something incredible happened. The dark clouds parted, revealing a stunning rainbow that stretched across the sky. The Glimmerians and Tharokians gasped in awe, feeling a surge of hope and unity. "It's a sign," Vera exclaimed, her eyes wide with excitement. "A sign that our worlds are meant to come together." As the rainbow shimmered above them, Luna, Korrak, and Vera stood together, feeling the bond they had formed. They realized that this was just the beginning of their journey. The adventure had not only brought them closer, but had also opened the door to countless possibilities. With hearts full of excitement, they began planning the Friendship Festival, knowing that together, They could bridge the gap between their worlds and create a future filled with laughter, love, and understanding. With the dawn of a new day, Luna, Korrak, and Vera awoke with renewed energy and excitement for the upcoming Friendship Festival. They had spent the night brainstorming ideas, and now it was time to put their plans into action. First, we need to create a festival ground, Luna said, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. Let's set it up near the glimmering lake. It's the perfect place for everyone to gather. Korrak nodded in agreement. The water will reflect our lights and create a magical atmosphere. We can also set up a section for Tharokian games. Vera, ever the strategist, chimed in, and we'll need to prepare delicious food from both our cultures. Let's make sure there are enough treats for everyone. The trio quickly divided the tasks among themselves. Luna would gather the ingredients for Glimmerian delicacies, Korrak would organize the games and activities, and Vera would set up the festival grounds. As Luna flew back to Glimmeria, she was filled with anticipation. She gathered bright, glowing fruits from the Luna blossom trees and fluffy, cloud-like cakes made from the sweetest nectar. Meanwhile, Korrak rallied his fellow Tharokians, explaining the importance of this festival. We are not just warriors. We are friends. Let's show the Glimmerians our strength and unity. While preparing, the Glimmerians buzzed with excitement. Many were curious about the Tharokians, and this festival was their chance to bond. Luna's heart swelled with hope. This festival will be a bridge between our worlds, she thought, a smile forming on her lips. As the festival day approached, Vera gathered the decorations. She found colorful flowers that glowed in the dark and hung them from the branches of the trees surrounding the lake. She arranged sparkling lights in intricate patterns, illuminating the area with a warm, welcoming glow. It felt like magic was in the air. Finally, the day of the festival arrived. Glimmerians and Tharokians gathered at the lakeside, their hearts filled with excitement and a little nervousness. At first, they stood apart, unsure of how to connect. Luna noticed this and quickly stepped forward. Welcome, friends. Today, we celebrate our differences and our new friendship. Let's make it a day to remember. Korrak stood next to her, his voice booming with enthusiasm. Join us for games and laughter. Show us your skills, and let us share ours. With that, the atmosphere began to lighten as everyone started to mingle. The games kicked off with a Tharokian tug-of-war, where Glimmerians and Tharokians teamed up, creating laughter and cheers. Korrak led one team, demonstrating their strength, while Luna encouraged her team to work together. Surprisingly, the Glimmerians held their ground with surprising resilience, much to everyone's delight. Next, it was time for the Glimmerian dance-off. Luna took the stage, surrounded by her friends. Watch and learn, she shouted playfully, as she began to twirl and spin, her iridescent skin shimmering in the sunlight. The Glimmerians joined her, creating a dazzling display of movement. Vera stepped in, bringing a Tharokian twist to the dance. Korrak, with a hearty laugh, tried to mimic them, stumbling but smiling all the while. The crowd erupted in cheers, and the laughter filled the air. As the day continued, Luna and Korrak exchanged stories about their worlds, learning from each other. The Glimmerians shared tales of the peaceful nature of their planet, while the Tharokians recounted their history of bravery and honor in battle. Vera listened intently, weaving together the threads of both stories, highlighting their similarities and the beauty in their differences. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the lake, it was time for the friendship ceremony. Luna stood at the front, flanked by Korrak and Vera, looking out at the crowd. Today, we've shown that even though we come from different worlds, we can create something beautiful together. Let's promise to support and understand each other. Korrak raised his arm high, his voice strong and clear. We shall forge a bond that no storm can break. The crowd erupted in applause, and a few Glimmerians even cheered with Tharokian war cries, mixing their cultures in celebration. Just then, a sudden shadow loomed over the festival grounds. The joyful atmosphere quickly turned to gasps as a large, dark ship descended from the sky. Its design was ominous, with sharp edges and glowing red lights. Luna's heart raced as she recognized it. That's a Korrak ship, They're known for raiding peaceful planets. Korrak's expression hardened. We need to protect our friends. Without a moment's hesitation, he gathered the Tharokians, readying them for a fight. Luna quickly called for the Glimmerians, her voice steady despite the fear bubbling inside. Everyone, stay together. We'll stand united. As the Korrak ship landed, a ramp lowered, and out stepped a group of fierce-looking aliens with menacing eyes. Their leader, a towering figure named Grax, stepped forward, his voice booming like thunder. We have come for your resources. Hand them over, or face the consequences. The crowd held its breath, a mix of fear and determination swirling in the air. Luna, feeling a surge of courage, stepped forward. You won't take anything from us. We are united, and we won't back down. Korrak stood beside her, muscles tensed and ready for action. Grax raised an eyebrow, taken aback by their bravery. You think you can stop us? You are but a few. Luna and Korrak exchanged a glance, and without words, they knew what they had to do. Together, they shouted in unison. The Glimmerians and Tharokians formed a line, standing shoulder to shoulder, ready to defend their newfound friendship and their homes. As tensions rose, Luna recalled the shimmering barrier she had created to protect them from the rock crushers. If we combine our strengths, we can create something even stronger, she shouted. Glimmerians, harness your energy. Tharokians, use your strength. With determination, Luna began to gather her sparkling energy, and Korrak drew on his warrior spirit. Vera joined them, directing everyone to focus their abilities. The air around them buzzed with power, a vibrant glow enveloping the group. Suddenly, a brilliant light erupted from their combined energies, forming a massive shield that surrounded them. The Korrak aliens hesitated, momentarily blinded by the brightness. Grax roared in frustration, but Luna and Korrak held strong. We will not let you harm our world. Luna shouted, her voice echoing through the air. The shield pulsed with energy, sending out waves of light that resonated with the beauty of both their cultures. The Glimmerian's warmth mixed with the Tharokian strength, creating a force that even the Korrak aliens couldn't withstand. As the waves crashed against the Korrak ship, it began to shake. Grax and his crew stumbled backward, confusion spreading across their faces. Retreat, he yelled, realizing they were outmatched. With one last powerful burst of energy, the shield expanded, pushing the Korrak ship away from the festival grounds. The alien raiders scrambled back into their ship, panicking as their vessel shook violently. In a matter of moments, the ship rose into the sky, retreating into the depths of space. Cheers erupted from the gathered Glimmerians and Tharokians as they realized they had defended their home together. Luna, Korrak, and Vera exchanged proud smiles, their bond stronger than ever. We did it! Luna exclaimed, jumping with joy. Korrak placed a hand on her shoulder. No, we did it together. Today is proof of what we can accomplish as friends. As the stars twinkled above them, the festival resumed with newfound energy. The initial fear transformed into celebration, and the dance floor lit up once again. The laughter of both Glimmerians and Tharokians echoed in the night, a harmonious blend of their cultures. Luna took a moment to soak it all in, feeling gratitude and hope. They had faced adversity and emerged stronger, forging a friendship that could weather any storm. With their worlds united, they were ready for whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing they could conquer anything together. The night continued with stories, dances, and promises of future adventures. Little did they know that this was just the beginning of a long journey, one that would take them to new worlds, test their courage, and deepen their friendship in ways they couldn't yet imagine. And as the festival drew to a close, Luna looked at her friends and smiled, her heart full of excitement for the adventures that awaited them in the vast galaxy. As the stars sparkled brightly above the glimmering lake, the festival entered a new phase, with music and laughter echoing through the night. Luna, Korrak, and Vera mingled among the crowd, their spirits high after the encounter with the Korrak aliens. They had not only defended their newfound friendship, but had also brought together two worlds that were once strangers. The festival atmosphere buzzed with excitement, but Luna couldn't shake off the feeling that this was only the beginning. After all, if the Karnak had come once, they could return. She gathered her friends. We need to prepare ourselves for any future challenges. What if there are more threats out there? Korrak, ever the warrior, nodded thoughtfully. You're right, Luna. We need to strengthen our alliance and prepare our people. We can form a combined defense team. Glimmerians and Tharokians working side by side. Vera chimed in, and we can also train together. Imagine how strong we'll be when we combine our skills. Inspired by their conversation, Luna's mind raced with ideas. Let's create a training camp where we can share our techniques. We can learn each other's strengths and create new ways to protect both our worlds. The trio quickly got to work, discussing logistics and planning the first training session. They decided to hold it at the Great Valley, a beautiful expanse located between Glimmeria and Tharokian. The valley was known for its stunning landscapes, filled with colorful flora and rolling hills, making it the perfect place for their new venture. As the sun began to rise the next morning, Luna stood at the edge of the Great Valley, her heart racing with anticipation. She looked back to see Korrak and Vera approaching, along with a group of Glimmerians and Tharokians who had volunteered to join the training. "Welcome, everyone," Luna called out, waving her hands excitedly. "Today, we start our journey of learning from one another." The crowd cheered, a mix of shimmering Glimmerians and sturdy Tharokians standing side by side, ready to embark on this new adventure. Korrak stepped forward, his powerful presence commanding attention. "We will begin with strength training. Tharokians will demonstrate our warrior techniques while Glimmerians observe and learn." As Korrak led the Tharokians through a series of drills, Luna and Vera watched closely. Korrak's movements were strong and fluid, showcasing the power of the Tharokian style. Luna's eyes sparkled with admiration. "They are incredible," she whispered to Vera. Vera nodded, her excitement palpable. "And we can adapt some of their techniques to our own style." After a few hours of strength training, it was time for the Glimmerians to show their skills. Luna took center stage, demonstrating the agility and fluidity of Glimmerian movements. "We rely on grace and speed to outmaneuver our opponents," she explained as she spun and twirled, her iridescent skin reflecting the sunlight. The Tharokians watched in awe, and Korrak couldn't help but smile. "Your agility is impressive. We can incorporate that into our training as well," he said, genuinely impressed. As the day went on, they switched between strength and agility training, sharing techniques and adapting their styles to create a unique blend of Glimmerian grace and Tharokian power. Laughter filled the air as both groups stumbled and supported each other, forming bonds through their shared efforts. As the sun dipped low on the horizon, Luna gathered everyone together. "We've made incredible progress today, but this is just the first step. Let's keep training and growing stronger together." Just then, a voice broke through the crowd. It was Elda, a wise elder from Glimmeria, her hair shimmering like silver. "I have a proposal," she said, her voice calm yet firm. "In addition to training, we should also share stories of our cultures. Understanding our histories will help us bond even deeper." Korrak nodded in agreement. "Yes, we can learn from each other's experiences. Every story holds a lesson." Elda smiled, pleased with their enthusiasm. "Then let's have a storytelling night under the stars. Each of us can share a tale that reflects our values, our triumphs, and our challenges." The idea sparked joy among the group. As the sun set, the gathering shifted to a cozy circle around a crackling fire. Glimmerians and Tharokians sat together, their faces glowing in the warm light. Luna felt a sense of belonging as she looked around at her friends, ready to share their stories. Korrak was the first to stand. "I'll go first," he declared. "This is a story about my tribe and our first great battle against the Graxons, a fearsome foe. We were outnumbered, but we fought with courage and honor. I learned that true strength comes not just from power, but from unity and trust in each other." As Korrak shared his tale, the Tharokians listened intently, proud of their heritage. Then it was Luna's turn. "I want to share the story of the starlight bloom," a rare flower that only blossoms once every 100 years. Legend says that if two hearts truly unite, the flower blooms for them. Luna's voice carried the beauty of her people's connection to nature. One day, I hope to see it bloom, symbolizing our bond with the Tharokians. The Glimmerians cheered, their spirits lifted by her words. Next, Vera took the floor, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. I'd like to tell you about the sky festivals we hold every year. We gather as a community to celebrate our friendships, and we launch lanterns into the sky, lighting up the night with our hopes and dreams. As Vera spoke, she could see the Tharokians captivated by her stories, their expressions softening as they imagined the bright lanterns filling the dark sky. As the night wore on, stories flowed freely, laughter mingling with the crackle of the fire. Elda shared tales of ancient wisdom, while a young Tharokian named Rock spoke of his first hunting expedition, mixing humor and bravery into his recounting. As the fire burned low, the bonds between the Glimmerians and Tharokians grew stronger, illuminated by the flickering flames and shared experiences. It became clear that this training camp was about more than just physical strength. It was about building a family across two worlds. But as the stars twinkled above, Luna couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding. What if the Korrak returned? She looked at Korrak, who was deep in conversation with Vera, and knew they needed a plan for the future. "Hey everyone," Luna said, catching their attention. "I know we've shared so much today, but we need to talk about how to prepare for potential threats like the Korrak. What if they come back? We need to be ready." The group fell silent, the reality of the situation settling in. Korrak stood tall, his expression serious. "Luna's right. We must fortify our defenses and create a strategy for our people. If we can combine our strengths, we can face any challenge that comes our way." Vera nodded, her eyes reflecting determination. "We can create training scenarios that simulate different types of attacks. That way, we'll be ready for anything." Inspired by the idea, Elda spoke up, "And we should also consider forming a council. Leaders from both Glimmeria and Tharokian can meet regularly to discuss strategies and share updates. Communication will be key in these uncertain times." The group began to buzz with ideas, excited by the prospect of collaboration. As the fire crackled and the night deepened, they laid the groundwork for their future defenses, discussing everything from training tactics to how to communicate quickly in times of crisis. After a long night of planning, the group finally settled in for some rest, their spirits lifted by the camaraderie and the promise of a brighter future. Luna, feeling grateful, snuggled into her sleeping bag, looking up at the stars. She whispered to Spark, who curled up next to her. "We've built something special here, haven't we, buddy? I can't wait to see what's next." But deep in the shadows, unseen by the gathered friends, the Korrak ship loomed far above, the glint of its hull reflecting the stars. Inside, Grax fumed with anger, plotting his revenge. "They think they can stand against us? We'll show them the true power of the Korrak. Prepare the ship for a counterattack." With this new threat looming, Luna and her friends would need to stay vigilant. The alliance between Glimmerians and Tharokians had just begun to flourish, and they would soon face their greatest test yet. As the days passed and preparations for potential threats continued, Luna felt a new energy in the air. The bond between the Glimmerians and Tharokians deepened, not just in strength and strategy, but in friendship and love. Among the laughter and training, something beautiful began to blossom between her and Korrak. Every evening after the training sessions, they would steal moments together, away from the bustle of the festival grounds. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, filled with shared stories and laughter. Korrak's deep voice complemented Luna's melodic tone, creating a harmony that felt like music in the night air. One evening, as they sat by the glimmering lake, the moonlight danced on the water, casting a silvery glow around them. Korrak turned to Luna, his expression serious yet tender. "You've shown me the true meaning of strength, Luna. It's not just about fighting or power. It's about compassion and unity. I never expected to find a friend like you." Luna's heart raced. She had always admired Korrak's strength and leadership, but now she saw a gentler side to him. And you've taught me that courage can come in many forms. You are not just a warrior. You are a protector of your people and mine. They shared a moment of silence, the sounds of the festival drifting faintly in the background. The atmosphere felt charged, and Luna could sense an unspoken connection building between them. Korrak shifted closer, his eyes searching hers. "What I'm trying to say," he began, his voice softer now, "is that I feel something more than friendship for you, Luna. I've never met anyone who inspires me the way you do." Luna's breath caught in her throat. She had felt the same way, but had been too shy to express it. "Korrak, I feel it too," she admitted, her cheeks flushing. "Since the day we met, I've been drawn to your strength and your heart. You make me feel brave." With that, Korrak took her hand, his touch warm and reassuring. "Then let's not just build a defense against external threats. Let's build something beautiful together, something that symbolizes our unity and love." Luna smiled, her heart swelling with hope. "I'd like that." As the night deepened, Korrak leaned in closer, their faces illuminated by the moonlight. "May I?" he asked softly, his eyes sparkling with a mix of respect and yearning. "Yes," Luna whispered, her heart racing as he gently brushed his lips against hers. The kiss was soft at first, a tender exploration of new feelings, but it quickly deepened into something more passionate. It was as if the stars themselves had aligned to celebrate their union, the very cosmos witnessing the birth of their love. When they finally pulled away, both breathless, Korrak grinned, his expression radiating warmth. "I think our worlds have collided beautifully," he said, his eyes filled with joy. Luna laughed softly, feeling a lightness in her heart. "Yes, and I can't wait to see what adventures lie ahead for us together." As they sat there under the vast sky, hand in hand, the future felt bright and full of possibilities. They knew challenges lay ahead, especially with the Karnak lurking, but together, they would face whatever came their way. Their alliance had transformed into a bond that transcended worlds, proving that love could indeed bridge even the greatest divides. Word of their blossoming romance spread through the camp, bringing smiles and laughter to their friends. Vera teased them playfully, while Korrak's fellow warriors clapped him on the back, congratulating him for winning the heart of a Glimmerian. Days turned into weeks as the training camp continued, but with each passing day, the love between Luna and Korrak grew stronger. They found joy in the simplest moments, a shared glance during training, a whispered joke under the stars, or a playful dance by the lake. One evening, as the sun set behind the great valley, casting hues of orange and purple across the sky, Luna and Korrak stood together, watching the beauty unfold. "You know," Korrak said, wrapping an arm around Luna's shoulders, "if we can unite our worlds through our friendship, imagine what we can achieve through love." Luna leaned into him, feeling safe and cherished. "Love is the strongest force of all," she agreed. "It can heal wounds and bring people together in ways nothing else can." Korrak turned to her, his expression earnest. "Then let's promise to always fight for our love, no matter the challenges we face. Together, we can inspire others to do the same." Luna nodded, her heart full. "I promise." As they stood there, the sky painted with colors of hope, Luna knew that no matter what the future held, they would face it hand in hand. Their love had already become a beacon of strength for their people, igniting hope and unity in both Glimmeria and Tharik. And then, as if the universe was affirming their bond, a magnificent sight caught their eyes. High above, a meteor shower streaked across the sky, brilliant lights cascading in a celestial dance. It felt like a celebration of their love and the connection between their worlds. "Look!" Luna exclaimed, pointing at the shooting stars. "It's like they're celebrating with us." Korrak smiled, his heart swelling with happiness. "Let's make a wish," he said, taking her hand once more. "For our future, for peace between our worlds, and for our love to shine bright." Together, they closed their eyes, making their wishes as the meteors whizzed by, leaving trails of light behind them. When they opened their eyes, the world felt different, brighter, filled with promise and hope. They turned to each other, sharing a smile that spoke volumes, a silent vow that they would always fight for what they had built together. And as they returned to the festival, hand in hand, Luna and Korrak knew that their story was just beginning. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united by love and the strength of their newfound alliance. Together, they would not only defend their worlds, but would also create a legacy of love that would echo through the stars for generations to come.